can take a look at Derek's rig over here and his bass. But
we're real stoked with the PV stuff, and I've always been kind of like a boutique player, thinking I need, you know, Simi Valley SWR stuff or David Eden stuff, which is fantastic stuff.
Ampeg stuff is great too.
Well, Ampeg's the go-to. They always give you that all over the world. But these guys have been loving the PV stuff, and PV decided to get behind me with the Mega Mini series, and this thing is fucking insane. Excuse my language. This thing's 1,000 watts constant power, and it just really bangs. There's like a lot of little tricks and stuff, like the perceived bass, the Cosmos. It's unbelievable. 2,000 watt peak, but 1,000 watt RMS constant power, and then their 10-inch cabinets, the 410s. Just this rig just bangs.
Lumps, yeah.
It really bangs.
It lumps hard.
And then I don't leave home without my tuner. You know, obviously I want to make sure that we're good. I got a Max on tube compressor limiter in line, and then of course I won't play without my Sans Amp Tech 21 New York. Best product. I know there's a lot of other companies that are trying to make these DI boxes, but this is the go-to for me. And then obviously you got to have your D'Addario strings, and you know, always fresh strings, and then like active preamps in the pickups, in the basses, and I can grab that bass for you. So this is my flight case. And this is the Devil's Choice, and this is a custom trap jaw made just for me. This thing's got the neodymium magnets. All my tuning is done up here, and you know, everything you just lock in and snip up here, down there rather. This guy put this thing together fantastic. This guy got like 6 different woods. It's even got graphite for strength. So I mean, this guy did like a fantastic job. So we got the fan frets on here, so nothing's 90 degrees. I guess this guy's probably close to 90 degrees. But what we're doing here is we're getting a longer scale on the lower strings. So you get the tonality of a longer neck. You know, if this thing was square, you know, in a 34 or something like that, by fanning this out and getting a little extra from the nut to the saddle, you know, we're getting a little bit longer of a scale, so the tonality gets I'm not sure if it gets deeper or bigger, but it definitely does something, because that's what, you know, they put it together to do that. But and it's interesting at first to learn how to play it, but I do play, you know, very upright, so it's not too bad for me, where if I play it like this, it may be a problem with the fan frets. So any guys that are playing like with a vertical, the fan frets definitely come into play, and they're ergonomically comfortable. And there's a guy over in Germany, and I believe he's calling it Bass Culture, and it's got the neodymium magnets and custom hand wound, and then they went with the Wenge. The guy that made the bass put the Wenge caps rather than plastic, just to tie in, because there's a lot of Wenge throughout the instrument. You know, whether it's the neck or the body's actually Wenge with poplar top and back on it. So
that's pretty sick.
Thing bangs. All right, so I play the D'Addario Pro Steel. And in my opinion, they're the best string on the planet. You know, I've played a lot of different strings over the years, and D'Addario is just a great company. They also have the Planet Waves cables, which I use exclusively. And something about the D'Addario Pro Steel string, you know, and I use a slightly lighter gauge than a lot of people. You know, people think the heavier the string, the heavier your sound. But in my opinion, you know, if you got a really heavy string, you gotta mash on it to make it sound like you're hitting it hard. Where if you play a 100 instead of an 80, instead of a 105, you get that you know, sounds like you're clobbering it, and you actually get to reserve a little bit of your energy, because, you know, we're going really fast the whole set. And yeah, the lighter gauge and the steel, and of course D'Addario, it's a winning combo.